Welcome back to Eeped.
Welcome back to Eeped.
We're gonna jump right into the next level.
B3.
This is the basement, third floor.
What the fuck are those things?
So we have, which one? The little slime guys?
Yes.
Those are a recolor of an enemy that we fought at the very beginning of the game. There's those Dolos enemies.
That's how... shows how good my memory is.
Yeah. But they're they're a recolor, so they're a different version of those guys. Also, this is actual thing. For some reason, when I try to go look at like the spells for an enemy unit, sometimes it'll like hang. I don't know why. And then there are these screws, which is the name for the first form of the hurricane that we had a while back.
The first form?
Yeah, the hurricane that I had is actually the second level of that family. The screw that's over there, the blue whirlpools, that's actually the first stage.
What a bunch of lamos. They have to throw the gutter trash at us now?
Yeah, it's like halfway through the game and they're just like, hey, you know what's really great? First stage evolutions.
Yeah.
That's like if you went all the way to like the halfway point of a Pokemon game and you were still encountering like Weedles and Caterpies and Pidgeys.
I mean, potentially you could in randomizer runs, but yeah.
Well, that's a randomizer.
Yeah.
These, actually, one thing that I should mention, in case I haven't. So when you do the first run of any dungeon in the floor on this game, the enemies are set, so they're not randomized. You do fight the same enemy during your first run. But if you go back during the same file and you go back to challenge the same floors, a large number of them have different enemies, and they're not randomized, but there is a different table of like enemy units that they use on a second visit. I don't remember what most of them are because I only ever usually do the one run through of a dungeon, since if I really want to do a second one, there's New Game Plus. But that is something I should mention. If you were to go back and you were to redo these floors before you beat the game, you would not fight the same enemies on every floor.
Good to know. It's a good thing I brought up Pokemon randomizers.
59. So close.
And yet so far away.
So how are you guys today? How was your weekend so far? Obviously, it's not
Thursday.
weekend yet. It's not weekend yet.
No, this is the end of
But
my
it will be.
weekend.
Oh, it's the end of your weekend.
Yeah.
It's also the end of my weekend.
So how has your weekend been, Landon?
Well, I spent 85% of my weekend in bed today, so good.
Hell yeah.
I would say that is an okay weekend as long as you weren't upset about it.
No, because I was like listening to a Pathfinder podcast that I've been listening to and playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Nice.
So it was perfectly acceptable.
Jack, the thing that you told me before we started this call, does Landon know about that?
Probably not.
No, does Landon know about what?
The coincidence.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to tell him?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I'll just mention, as this is going up, it's already been revealed that the new Smash Brothers character, if you didn't know, is Sephiroth from Final Fantasy
What?
VII.
Spoiler,
Yeah.
Jesus.
And funny that reveal happened on Thursday because Jack
keep talking about Thursday like it's in the past tense, and I know what you mean, but it's throwing me off.
I know.
But yeah, Cloud got me Final Fantasy VII Remake for Christmas.
Oh,
It came in
that
the same day.
little butt plug dildo thing. I did tell you he was getting that for you.
Yeah, but it's just funny that it came in on the same day.
Yeah, it's true.
Listen, Landon, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
Oh, I know. I know.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. Jack's last words.
That's literally something like my friends and I say all the time.
I feel like that's something a lot of friends say to each other. I wonder if that just comes from somewhere, or if it's just an unspoken, mystical joke that goes around.
It's just
I have a lot of
truth.
gay friends, so
It's just a known truth of the world.
Oh, okay. There we go. There's a spell that I can use on this guy from over here.
Though he's still.
Yeah, I'm
alive.
walking over here. You looking over at me, I'm walking over here. Ah, he walked away.
God, they really need to fix terrain.
Let's go back 20 years and fix this game.
yeah.
Alright, they need to get the funds
Give me
into
the-
a remaster.
Give me the patch notes for this game.
The
Yeah,
patch notes.
yeah.
God damn it. That thing must not have like any HP left, but I'm too far away to do anything about it.
Your griffin's almost there.
Like, I have him cornered, he can't get away.
He'll find me.
He just doesn't even bother to try to attack any of us.
Nah.
Doesn't
he's-
feel like going down swinging. He's just like, you know what? It's not worth it. There's, I believe it's 2 or 3 more, levels after this one.
Oh, so we're done, basically.
I mean, we're about halfway through.
Hmm.
This is like, I think the 4th floor? I mean, it's the basement 3rd floor, but you know what I mean.
Sure.
Yay, Jules.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Jesus. The Griffin's level 40.
Is he strong enough yet?
Gee, I hope so.
Can we change its name? Because it's definitely not a chimera.
Yeah. It's very much not.
Unfortunately, that's what its name is going to say. Wokus. Does that spell make people woke?
Oh.
You okay, Landon? You're just like,
Landon's malfunctioning.
He got real uncomfortable real quick. Yay, we evolved our brushie. It's now Stephen Hawking.
Oh. Is that the real canon?
I mean, its name is Hawking, so he could be Stephen Hawking.
Wow, I can't believe we got Stephen Hawking for I can't believe they got Stephen Hawking for this game.
That's probably where all the budget went.
but only the Stephen Hawking from Family Guy, because Seth MacFarlane gave him to us
Oh,
Was Stephen Hawking actually in Family Guy?
as himself. No, but they had Stephen Hawking as like a character. I don't think
figured.
he was. I don't think he was voiced by Stephen Hawking himself, though. I doubt it.
He was in The Simpsons once, I remember.
Because I was gonna say, I know that there's at least a character that's like way back when Joe went to the Special People's Games,
Mm-hmm.
and he races against the guy who's like got the Stephen Hawking wheelchair with the frickin'. So I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Stephen Hawking. I can't remember if they call him that or if he's like or if it's not actually him. He's just based on him. But anyway,
we got those weird fish things.
yes, we have these weird little like blue lizard things with fins. We have more of the screws, and then we have more of the squid guys, which were Jack's favorite. I mean, well, not as bad as the soulless eye thing on the Jiggers from a few floors back, but he also hated the squids. I forgot. Why did you hate the squids, Jack?
Because they look horrendous.
I was looking away for a second.
This thing is called
these guys?
Ziglarian. Not those guys. There's
No,
like
these guys.
There's like those guys are new. The squids. These guys.
Oh yeah, no, these guys are weird and I don't like them.
You don't.
I just don't like their vibe.
Is it because of the tentacles? Just slithering around.
It's
The
the fact
giant
that they
head.
look like Cthulhu.
Okay.
Their portrait doesn't help them at all, either.
It's funny. I feel like a lot of the enemies in this area, which they're supposed to like, this is an ice-themed dungeon, but some of these enemies are decidedly not water or ice themed. Like those like lizard guys are they're just kind of there because I guess maybe they're amphibious.
I thought he was about to fucking break your chest. Like the damn bastard he is.
Yeah, no, he just decided to walk up there and just look at it. He's just inspecting it. He's making sure it's FDA approved.
Oh. Thank goodness.
I keep deciding whether or not I want to use a spell in the pink category, and I always go away from it. I'm like, maybe next time. You think if I use a water spell on these guys that it'll do a lot of damage? Apparently, yes.
It did some. That also might be the fact that you evolved your character, so it has
Yeah.
different stats.
If you have like a stage 4 or stage 5 puppet at this point in the game, like even though you can easily have a 5th stage puppet, they are just like so overpowered compared to what you're fighting. Because the game expects you to have no idea how to get any of these things, so it would be a little bit more challenging if you were going through and you still had like a 2nd or 3rd stage puppet because you couldn't figure out how to continue evolving it further. But I've played this game before, so I know what I'm doing. Also, I had a guide.
You played it at least once.
I'm surprised that someone made a guide for this game.
Yes, I think there's 2 guides, and one of them is not 100% complete.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. It is tough to find info on this game, whether it's help or just general information.
You know, it's too bad that we don't have, like, even a small amount of popularity, because, like, we could, potentially have the most popular LP of this game on YouTube.
We could. In fact,
You
I
might.
probably would have had the most popular LP of this game on YouTube back when I first uploaded it in 2010 if I actually finished it.
Damn.
Because I was like getting a decent amount of views for it, considering the amount of views that most videos for that for that Let's Play was getting. I think I've seen most of the people that play this game, their videos get like a couple hundred views each. That's about it.
Well, this video currently has 3.
I don't know why they decided to make that broom purple.
Why
Would
did
you
they
own a
make-
broom with purple straws?
Sure.
I mean, sure.
Nice.
I don't see why not.
He's trying to hide.
I'm surprised.
Oh no, they can see me!
In the future,
In the future.
Please come back. Damn. I forgot how much HP these guys have. They have over 200 HP. That's a lot, considering the dungeon before this, we were fighting enemies that had like maybe 120 or 130. Now all of a sudden we have these fuckers that are running around with over 200 HP.
well, as you said, they are fuckers. Christ, flying characters are broken.
Yeah, they are.
They really are.
Is there a reason why
It
you're
also
not just
doesn't-
running 3 griffins?
Because that's a little boring. Although it would have been funny if I did, just like one day, just one video.
Just sweep the fucking game.
You say
Bless you.
boring, but I don't know. I think it'd be fine.
You think it'd be fun to just watch 3 griffins run around killing everything?
Yeah, Luke and his horde of griffins.
I feel like that's the kind of the equivalent of using the Metal Blade on everything in Mega Man 2.
Yeah. It helps that the griffins are really good at like physical attacks too, because once you get to later in the game, as fun as it is to use magic, and as much as I like to use it because it's good to like cover the distance you might not be able to get to an enemy, you're gonna do more damage with physical attacks, just because, as I said way back, the equipment in this game doesn't really properly give you further boosts to your magic attack, whereas there's some really strong accessories that give you a boost to physical attack. So if you run around, because the max stat you can have that's not HP or MP is 255, you can get accessories that like boost your attack by another 50, 60, so you can get them up to like 350 something by equipping 2 of those things, and you just run around, just slaughter everything with a physical attack.
The griffin went up 4 levels in that fight.
Yep. This floor's got a weird variety of enemies. You've got a recolor of that Halls thing with the straw hat. We've got these
Those are
Grim Reaper looking guys.
those are just death sights. What the fuck? This is a children's game.
Yeah. And you know what's funny too is I don't know if it's this one or the evolution, quote unquote, that's red instead of blue. Oh yeah, I got a new spell. We're gonna test it out, I think.
Nope.
Oh wait, no. Off screen, I taught Hawking a bunch of spells that nuke the entire screen, so we're gonna start using some of those.
Good.
And there's tons of little cinematics, and they all do a lot of damage, and they hit everything. Except
Good.
for your allies.
Oh, less.
But no, as I was saying, the Grim Reaper enemy, I can't remember if it's this one or the red one, its name was mistranslated as Rich instead of Lich.
Oh, I like that.
This is
that's,
this is Gelp.
that's funny. Richard.
It's like calling, the Grim Reaper Grim.
Yay! We just slaughtered like 2/3 of the enemies in one hit.
Hell yeah.
Good, just keep doing that.
We're gonna be doing that most of the time. Like, I'm not gonna do it off of every single character's turns, and I'm not gonna use the same one over and over every single level. I am gonna be like switching up what we use because there's like 20 of these things, but I will be using them fairly often because the next couple of dungeons are not really all that interesting. It's this one, and then we have a revisit of another area, and then we actually get to some interesting stuff because we have 2 more dungeons after that, and one of them has a pretty cool gimmick, and then the other one's the final dungeon. So that poor thing's dead. But yeah, I didn't get to really mention it because of all the enemies that just died, but there was a recolor of those little armored crab-looking things from Gross Castle.
Ew.
There was the bat that was over there. It has like a little like a weird like snot bubble or like a sleep bubble or whatever, like they have in like anime when something's sleeping.
Yeah.
There's those guys, and then there's the liches or riches or whatever they want to be called, and then there's these guys.
The Richards.
They're riches.
Or the Dicks.
the
Yeah.
dicks.
The gumshoes.
The gumshoes.
Yeah, dick is another term for detective.
Yep.
True. So we get a bunch of jewels.
Which is why Dick Gumshoe is the greatest name of all time.
Dick.
Yeah. Congratulations.
We did it.
Really
Anyway, in
stuck it
the
to
next
him.
episode, we are going to wrap up this dungeon, and we have some story.
Oh my god.
I know.
Are things going to happen?
Oh
This
my-
game has one of those.
I didn't know that.